Hiya, and welcome back to Tennis Ace, the game that teaches us that the Kobayashis are interesting. That's about all I can say about them. They're something. Anyways, let's just hop right in. God, I'm shaking. Ugh. I reached the door to my classroom, already panting and dripping with sweat. I've decided to leave the house an hour early so I could visit a store downtown and didn't expect the trains to have all stopped due to an accident just 20 minutes later. In the end, I had to get a cab and then run half of the way here due to the traffic jam it creates. Damn it! Yeah, hiya. I'm finally here. I slump onto my chair with no care as to how I look. All I want right now is to be able to sit somewhere and rest. God damn it, why does Saitama have to be so big? Yoichi-san? Huh? Oh, hey! I didn't see you there when I got in. Hiya. What happened? You're dripping in sweat. And why are you so late? I had to deal with the traffic jam. What? But you walked to school. Unfortunately, I picked the worst possible day to run an errand before class. Oh. That sounds really bad. Honestly, it was just some stupidity on my part. It was the kind of thing that totally could have waited until later, but I decided to do it now and screwed up. By the way, where's everyone else? I've noticed that the class is more or less deserted right now. I only see a few of my classmates hanging around at the time. Not even the teacher is here. Yeah. Do you even know what time it is? The time? I didn't bother to check the time on my way over because I honestly didn't think it was taking me that long. Hesitantly, I reach into my bag and pick up the phone for what I'm sure will be a terrible realization. What? It's lunchtime already! How did you even manage to get here without noticing all the people walking through the hallways? Ugh, I was in such a hurry that I didn't even think about it. That sounds like a pretty careless thing to do. I don't want to be hearing this kind of thing from you of all people. There's barely any time for me to eat. I'd suggest you get to it. Ugh, but I just ran to school. If I eat now, I'll get sick. Oh, I have an idea. June walks away from me without another word. He walks up to each of our classmates still in class, which at this moment is about 5 or so people, and quietly talks to them for a bit. They all smile and nod something at him. One even gives him a thumbs up. I have no idea what they're talking about, though, as even with me straining my ears, I still can't make out the words they're saying. Okay, let's go. Go? Go where? Just follow me, and bring your bag. Okay. June walks me to the roof with an incredibly self-satisfied smile on his face. Ta-da! I don't get it. You like it up here on the roof, right? So I thought bringing you here would be a good idea. I just remembered why I fucking love June. June, as much as I appreciate the gesture, that doesn't solve the problem of the... That. Way ahead of you. I talked to all of our classmates and explained your circumstances. They all agreed to say nothing to the teacher. Then when you come back to class, you can just tell the story again and you won't get an absence. Huh? That's your great idea? Yeah, why? Isn't it pretty clever? I expected nothing, and yet I am still disappointed. We passed by a ton of people on our way here, remember? Do you really think all of them are from other classes? Ah! He gasps dramatically at the realization. Geez, realize these things sooner. Oh no! The only flaw in an otherwise perfect plan! What?! I'm not even going to bother coming up with a response to that. Well, I guess this is fine. It is? I can try to hold on to the hope that no one from our class seeing me walk by and notice what happened. I guess that's one way to look at it. Maybe they'll just stay quiet because they don't want to get you in trouble. The people I talk to regularly probably would. I can't say the same for the others, though. You're the one who said to hold on to hope. Stop being so negative. Right. My bad. By the way, it's not that I want to keep poking flaws on your otherwise perfect plan, but shouldn't you be in class at least? Nope, I'm in the infirmary. What? He said it with so much gusto and cheeriness that I almost don't want to ask the question that obviously comes to mind, but won't your disguise get found out when the teacher asks the school doctor if you were really there? Nah, they don't bother checking anymore. Oh, June. I'm in there way too often for them to check each and every time. Wait, what? You are? I mean, it's not that often. Just that I have a weak constitution, so my parents want me to get checked up often. I know I'm kind of dense at times, but this excuse is downright insulting to me. Especially with the stuff I've heard the past few days. There's just no way I can believe this. Is that really why? June looks away, not bothering to say anything. If all he does is avoid my gaze, then we can't even have a conversation at all. This isn't even the first time he's done this. He always tries to avoid answering my questions about his health or his past. It's reached a point where even I'm finding it obvious. Which one? He's just a silly little guy. June's just a silly little guy. He's just a silly little guy. He's a silly little guy. Let's just... All of his secret keeping is starting to annoy me. I click my tongue, feeling a wave of annoyance and anger surging. I try to control myself as best as I can, but before I notice it, I step closer to him. I'm probably making a really ugly face right now because he looks so intimidated by me all of a sudden. Somehow I managed to make an effort to curb my emotions, even just a tiny bit, taking a few seconds to calm down slightly before speaking. Just talk to me already, June. I can't. Why not? I also can't tell you why. So it's okay for you to ask me to talk about me, but if I do the same to you, then I get the silent treatment? That's not what I'm saying. Then what are you saying? I can't say. Why not? Yoichi-san, please. He looks away from me. His whole body shakes slightly. His eyes are beginning to redden and become moist. Somehow seeing him like that disarms me immediately. I become incredibly aware of how I've just yelled at him and how aggressively I've come off. My mind sets on to damage control mode as I try to figure out what I can do to make things better. Shit, June, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled. It's fine. Just, can we not talk about this? Please? The way his voice breaks when he talks makes my chest break. I awkwardly place a hand behind my neck, crossing my arms and looking away from him. No matter what I do, I can't think of anything to say. I'm sorry. Those are the only words that come out when I speak. I feel incredibly self-conscious all of a sudden. I put him on the spot, I grilled him about something he obviously didn't want to talk about, and I was incredibly aggressive in doing so. Even though this isn't the first time something like this has happened, I still didn't bother to respect his boundaries. I let my curiosity get the better of me, and that's inexcusable. Jun, too, must be feeling very awkward because his eyes are glued to the floor, never even glancing my way. Do you want me to leave? Somehow those words seem to get a response from him as he finally lifts his eyes up to look at me. Now that would just be silly, wouldn't it? The reason we came up here in the first place was so you could have lunch and relax before going to class. Yeah, relax. I handled that masterfully, huh? Boy, did I screw that up then. Without answering, he merely looks at me with sad eyes. I can already tell what they mean, even if he doesn't say anything. Yeah, you really did, is what they say, but even then, June is just too nice to say those words out loud. Unfortunately for him, his face betrays him every step of the way. So, weather sure is nice, huh? I guess? Ugh, now I'm just making pointless chit-chat. Why is it that at times like this, I just seem to freeze up? Just say something interesting, you dumbass! June, it's alright. I understand why you were upset. You don't have to apologize for it. Just, please don't talk about this. Gotcha. He can be surprisingly frank sometimes. Hiya. I kind of wish you were this way more often. Can I ask a question or not related to the subject? I guess. What is it? I noticed when I got to class that you were alone. Had Sai and Shoichi already left by the time I arrived? Oh, that. His whole demeanor changes immediately when I bring up the subject. The shift is so sudden that it gives me mood whiplash. Yeah, they actually both texted me to tell me they wouldn't show up because they were busy. They also texted you before class even started, but that you never even read it, so they decided to message me instead. Oh, crap. Yeah, once I found out why you were late, I kind of figured out why you never saw their messages. Hang on a second. I should probably answer them and tell them why I didn't say anything sooner. That's probably a good idea, yeah. Didn't see previous message. Am with June now. Was late to class. Talk to you later. No worries. Was late to class. Talk to you later. Type a quick message to the two of them explaining why I didn't answer sooner and sent it so they at least won't worry about me. I know they won't read it until after class, but I'd rather do it now so I won't forget later. Did they say anything about why they didn't show up? There's nothing on the message talking about it. Yeah, they didn't tell me at first, so I had to ask. They said that their classes were working on their displays for the festival, so they wouldn't be able to. Really? Because our class is doing no such thing. Yeah, I'm actually a little worried because there hasn't been much work put into it at all so far. And the festival's in less than 2 weeks. I sure hope we'll be able to put things together in time. Yeah, now that I think about it, the previous 2 years we only had a handful of people who actively worked on organizing the festival. Most of them are in Class 3A this year, though. I guess it makes sense. If they're in advanced classes, then that means they're usually going to be more responsible. That's not really an excuse. Mizuguchi-san's 3C is also working on it. I guess that's true. But then again, Sai is one of the people that loves the school festival and always puts a lot of work into preparing it. And I'm sure she'd intimidate anyone who tried to skimp out on work. I'm sorry you had to eat all by yourself today. It's alright. It was just a little boring, that's all. I did talk to some of our classmates for a bit, but they all eventually left to do other stuff. Once we stay behind, we're either already with friends or people I didn't know at all. I don't blame you. I've been with most of these people for 3 years, and I don't know them at all. I don't know them all. You've only been here for a month and a half. I guess so. It's still a little annoying. What? Were you hoping to become one of those well-connected, super popular types? Me? Popular? Pfft, as if. Geez, you're surprisingly nonchalant and self-deprecating. I'm just being honest. We both know I'm not very good with people. Come to think of it, I don't even know why you guys stuck with me. I suppose answering with because you're cute would just make him embarrassed, so I'll refrain from that. You're pretty fun to hang around with, and you actually try to take care of people when they get upset or depressed. Those aren't qualities to be overlooked. In fact, you're one of the gentlest guys I've ever met. Even if your hyper-bouncy personality still ends up giving me a headache every now and then. Really? I thought being nice and supportive was supposed to be common sense. Common sense, sadly, isn't as common as you'd think. That is pretty sad. Hey, despite what you said, you've still been able to make friends with some people outside of just our group. It's not like you're always bound to us. I guess most of those people already have groups of their own, though, so I can't just go to them when you guys aren't around. What about Victor? I don't see him hanging out with the same people all the time. Oh yeah, he's much more of a social butterfly than I am. He's pretty much on good terms with everyone. We talked for a bit, but he eventually left to have lunch with a friend from another year. Didn't say who. Huh. I wasn't expecting that. Usually people from different years don't mingle outside of after-class hours. Yeah, I noticed that too. It's one thing I miss about my old school. People used to walk around freely through campus and just talk to each other all they wanted. That sounds pretty interesting. Wish we could do stuff like that at our school too. What was it like there? Oh, not very pleasant to be honest. Really? Why not? I never really managed to adjust there. I studied at that school for 5 years and I never really made any friends there. And since it was at another town, I was away from my family and old friends, I felt really lonely most of the time. The only thing I had to cheer me up back there was the piano. Really? You were there for 5 years and you never made any friends? I find that a little hard to believe. You fit in so easily over here. I think you're not taking into account of how big of an influence you were to that, Yuichi-san. Me? What did I do? You reached out to me. When I just came to the school, you introduced yourself to me. You talked to me. You introduced me to your friends. It was through you that I befriended all of the people in school. If you weren't here for me, I'd be just as lonely here as I was back there. I'm caught by surprise, unable to think of any words to say in response. I feel like I should say something encouraging, but any words I think of just get caught in my throat, unable to come out. Sorry, I kind of brought down the mood, huh? What? No, don't be ridiculous. I'm not feeling down. I just wish there was something I could say or do to make you feel better. You don't have to worry about that. You've already helped me so much. You have no idea how much I owe you, Yuichi-san. I don't know what your point of view on me is, but I'm absolutely honest when I say that you're the only reason I've managed to do so well here. You're the best thing that's happened to me since I transferred here. It makes me really happy to have come to this school when I think about it. My cheeks start growing hot when I hear him shower so much praise onto me. I feel an urge to look away in embarrassment, but still I force myself to look him in the eye. June has such a wonderful face. I can't help but notice that when he's smiling so happily like this. I want to protect this smile of his. I don't know when I started thinking this way, but right now that's the only thing I can think of. June is caught by surprise when I place my hand on top of his head, gently brushing his fur with my fingertips and petting his ears. It makes me really happy to hear that. I just hope you don't eventually find yourself so popular that you end up leaving me. There's no way something like that would happen. What? You getting popular or you leaving? Now you're just making fun of me. Sorry. It's just that you're so cute I can't resist. I wish you wouldn't call me that. That makes me sound like I'm either a girl or really small. Well, stop making fun of me. Sorry. I swear, I'll stop now. Jeez. Even though he's saying all these things, he makes no effort to move away from my hand as I continue to pet his head. In fact, I could even notice his tail swing contently from side to side as I continue to fawn over him. I'm also really glad you transferred here. Did you say something? Nope, not at all. I stroke his fur one last time and pull my hand back, having already had my fun with him. Ah! Is something up? No, it's nothing. I pick up on what he's thinking almost immediately. A devious smile creeps up on my face when I realize what it is. Don't tell me. Could it be that you wanted me to continue petting you? But what? Don't be crazy. Geez, so quick to deny. Too bad you're so damn transparent. Oh, is that so? Too bad. I might have done it for a bit longer if that was the case. Ah! The look on his eyes is a mixture of both surprise and disappointment. It takes every ounce of self-control I have not to burst out laughing at the sight of it. I'm sorry, June. I know I said I'd stop teasing you, but it's just so damn fun. Crap, I better change subjects right now. My sadistic side is starting to show. Now that I think about it, we initially came up here so I could have lunch, didn't we? Oh yeah, that's true. Would you mind if I got to it? Not at all, please do. Thank you, I'm starving. I'd never say this out loud to you, but even though you haven't been here for long, I really can't imagine my days without you in them anymore, June. In a surprising twist of fate, I actually ended up having a pretty productive day in class despite earlier setbacks. By the time the final bell rang for the end of class today, I had managed to catch up on everything I missed earlier. Luckily enough, neither June or I got into any trouble for ditching an entire period. Guess our class has my back after all. It's kind of nice to know. June is absent-mindedly packing his books back in his bag, not really bothering to organize them whatsoever. Hey June, what are you planning on doing today? I'm not really sure, to be honest. Not going to practice? I think I'm going to take a break for today. I've been stressing out over practice too much lately. Not a bad idea at all. It's good to take a break so you don't burn out. How about we head somewhere together? Like where? I'm not quite sure. We could see if the others are free and go somewhere, all of us. I still doesn't answer the where part, though. We'll worry about that when we get to it. And I'm the one who gets called an airhead. What? Hey! You know, you can be surprisingly sharp-tongued sometimes. Whatever do you mean? Yeah, play cute all you want. I'm on to you. But yeah, I'm free if you'd like to set something up. Though I'm not exactly sure if the others would be too. They still might be busy working on stuff for the festival. It's after class. I'm sure they wouldn't have things to do then, right? You say that, but we haven't actually hung out as a group in a while because our free time never matches up. I guess that's true. We did all find time to visit you together in the hospital, though. Well, yeah, it's a hospital visit, not a group outing. It goes a little higher on people's priority list. You're being surprisingly negative here all of a sudden. I'm just telling you not to get your hopes up. This coming from the person that tends to have unreasonable ideas about activities all the time. Yeah, no, I'm not taking you seriously here. Sorry, not sorry. Just then my phone rings inside my pocket. I reach inside to grab it, seeing that Shoichi has replied to my earlier message. Shake my head. Don't be 18. That goes on your record. I just got out. What you up to? With June. He covered for me earlier. Haha. You're both irresponsible. You guys free? Pretty much. Lol. Oh, Shoichi's asking if we're free right now. I guess now that class is over, he could finally read your message, huh? Yep, I would never expect him or Sai to be playing with their phones during class. It's just not something they do. How do they not get bored? I'm pretty sure they do. They're just better at controlling themselves than we are. Boo! Who are you even booing? Oh, hang on a sec. Let me see. Want to hang out? Sure, let's meet up. Yep, he's asking us if we want to hang out. I've missed hanging out with everyone. Oh, come on. It hasn't even been that long. Maybe to you, because you're used to it. I haven't had friends to hang out with for years, so I look forward to it every time. Point taken. Something just fell. I wonder if anyone else is going to be coming along. I'm not sure. Shoichi didn't say anything about that. We'll just have to meet him and see. By the way, where are we meeting him? At the gate. You all done packing your bag? Yep. Let's not keep him waiting then. We get to the gate to see that there's no one there yet. Guess we're the first ones here. Maybe Shoichi is still trying to call someone else? Or he just had things to deal with after class first. Nah, he'd have told me if that were the case. He's not the kind of guy that leaves people waiting. I guess you're right. Just then we see Shoichi's figure running up to us and cutting through a group of other students. Hey there! Did I leave you guys waiting for too long? He does have ADHD. No, we just got here too. I'm glad to hear. Sorry I didn't show up for lunch today, Jun-kun. I hope Sai at least managed to keep you company. She was busy too, so I was by myself today. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. It's not like you have to apologize for that. It's not a big deal. Maybe not to you, but I don't like canceling on people all of a sudden like that. He will. He'll be stuck on it. It's not like us having lunch together with some sort of appointment you've set up. Point taken. Not to be an ass to interrupt the conversation, but Shoichi, since when did you wear glasses? Oh, right, I forgot to take these off. Dad ordered these for me when he was in Taiwan. Apparently the family optometrist said I needed reading glasses because I was forcing my eyes too much. I didn't even notice them until Yuichi-san pointed them out. That's just because you don't pay attention. It stood out to me right away. I've never seen you in glasses before. Is that so? I didn't think I looked bad in them. I'm not saying that either, just that I'm not used to seeing you like that. Fair enough. They're pretty comfortable to wear though, so I forget to take them off sometimes. Do you even have to take them off? I mean, they're reading glasses. There's no point in wearing them when I'm not reading. Unless I'm making a fashion statement. Doesn't that also mean there's no reason not to wear them? Maybe, but at that point I think we're just overthinking things. By the way, I also invited Sai-chan and Urushihara. They shouldn't take much longer. Any idea where you want us to go? I was thinking of going to this place in town that makes oden. I've been craving it for a while. Don't people usually eat that in winter? Sure, but that doesn't mean I can't have it the rest of the year. Besides, the weather's a little chilly today, so I thought it'd be perfect. I guess that's true. Is this place going to be particularly expensive? You already know it. You already know it. I'm just going to leave that up there for a bit. Well, it's not the cheapest place around, but it's not really expensive either. The prices are pretty normal. I was already planning on treating you, though, so you don't have to worry about that. Of course I'm going to worry about that. I don't want to have people paying for me all the time. How about you let me handle it, then? I'm still not sure. Think of it as repayment for bailing me out of class so I could actually eat. If you're sure about it. How come you agree to it so readily when it's Yuichi offering? Sorry, it just doesn't feel that wrong if it's Yuichi-san. What? No, it's nothing. Shoichi-san, you just made a really scary face just now. Just forget it. Jeez, if there's something bothering you, then just say it. I already said it's nothing. Just then, the sound of sighing echoes from behind me, making me suddenly jump in surprise. Oh, hey guys, what's a long face, Keisuke-san? Keisuke takes a good look at us, his eyes immediately snapping to Shoichi's face.
You know, I could ask the same about him.
Please don't.
Fine, fine. Anyway, I'm having trouble dealing with my class and getting them to focus on the preparations for the festival.
I'm having the same problem myself. We just came from the school building talking about it. The two sigh in tandem. I guess that's one problem I can't say I'm having. Well, duh, look at what class you're in. All of our responsible classmates are studying with you. Not all of them. There's quite a few that stayed in 3B and 3C. Only the ones that either didn't fulfill the academic requirements or chose not to, which at this point amounts to 2 or 3 people. You got lucky too, Yuichi. You got both Aya-chan and Kyo-chan in the same class as you. June and I both share a look that basically asks, do you want to tell her or should I? Actually, our class hasn't even begun preparations for the festival yet.
Seriously?
Man, you guys have a lot of courage to be postponing it so much. Or they're just really stupid. Yeah, I guess that does sound more likely.
Talk about irresponsible.
To be honest, I'm not really comfortable with either, but no one seems to be in any hurry to get anything done. Wasn't Ayako-chan testing out recipes for her festival idea back in April already? She was, but after literally no one voted for her suggestion, she just pouted and stopped caring. Well, that's not the sort of behavior you'd expect out of a class leader. I shrug. I have more or less already accepted the fact that our class's display will be a disaster. You say that, but I have serious doubts that you're doing any work to help either. Hey! He isn't. What, June? Don't just turn me in like that.
Of course he isn't. If you thought for even a second that he would be doing work, then you're just really naive.
You guys are awful.
Sorry, but we're not the ones slacking off. I'm actually working my butt off to try and get my class to do something presentable.
It's not a giga harem. It's literally just that. Us saying that we're going to pay for June. I will pay for you to eat, Jun-kun. Yeah, elitist.
What part of what I just said makes me elitist?
Yuichi, you don't get to call someone elitist just because they called you out on being lazy. Jeez, what is this? An inquisition? If you don't want the heat to fall down onto you, then don't try to act like you're innocent in this. What happened to the meek, mild-mannered Jun that wouldn't just casually give me sass out of nowhere? Don't listen to him, Jun-kun. Keep treating him like that. Maybe then he'll learn. Devil woman! Better than a lazy bum. Maybe we should get going. There's no point to hanging around by the school gate.
Why the hurry? It's not even 4 p.m. Dinner's not until a couple hours at least.
I know that, but I'd rather be doing something other than hanging around by the gate. Well, neither of us has club activities today, so we don't really need to hang around school until then.
Perhaps, but we also don't have any other places to go to.
That's also a fair point. Ooh, how about we play some card games for an hour or so? Pass. What? Why not? You're kidding, right? You always get mad when you start losing.
Mizuguchi-san, you're the definition of a sore loser.
You yelled at me the last time we tried to play, I doubt it. Forget yelling, you always punch my shoulder when you get upset in a game. Saya looks down at the floor, her cheeks suddenly slightly tinted red. Well, I mean, I get a little annoyed because of all the RNG. That's an understatement. Well, do any of you guys have some sort of brilliant suggestion then? We could just go around town and window shop.
We do that all the time already. Can't we pick something a little more involved?
Sure. Want to paint my house?
I said more involved, not slave labor.
Keisuke-san, I don't think you've got a good grasp on the concept of slave labor. You're comparing that to painting a house.
Oh, shut up. I was using hyperbole.
Sure you were. How about we go bowling? It's been a long time since we last did. That could work. I've never played bowling before. Isn't it expensive? Not all that much, but I can just pay for your share. Are you sure? Absolutely. It's more fun with more people anyway.
This does give us a chance to get some nice competition going, too.
For sure. We can have fun just trying to outdo one another. Yeah, you can also egg them on so they get frustrated and lose.
Mizuguchi-san, that's kind of a scary thing to say.
I don't think you should do that, devil woman. Stop calling me that. Shoichi clears his throat, making an sound to catch our attention. I think bowling sounds like a fun way to kill time before dinner. Is anyone against the idea? I think it sounds really fun. Saya is a menace to society.
Agreed.
So long as I get to kick someone's butt in a game, I'm happy. And if you don't, you'll probably kick Yuichi-san in real life anyway. I like the sound of that. I don't. Arriving at the bowling alley, we walk up to the front counter to set up a game as well as rent some shoes. Man, it's been a while since I've been here. The place feels so much cozier now. Ah, it feels so nice in here. Say thank you to the air conditioning for giving us such a comfortable environment. Thank you, Aircon-san! I didn't mean it literally, though.
If I'd known we'd be coming to a bowling alley, I'd have brought bowling shoes for myself.
What's wrong with the rental shoes?
I don't like the idea of shoving my feet into a used shoe.
You don't like anything.
That's not true. I like you. As hard as it is for me to believe.
Wait, why is it hard to believe? We're friends, goddammit!
Pfft, don't take it so seriously. I was just joking.
Somehow I have difficulty believing that. Wah! There's so many balls in here, and they're so shiny! That would be hilarious out of context. Well, yeah. You do need balls to bowl after all. Yep, that's why Saichan is so good at it. Shall I cut your balls off and use them to bowl instead? Scary!
You just had to poke the hornet's nest, didn't you?
I just realized that it didn't even blink to a threat of extreme violence, and that worries me a bit. Yeah, sorry. This means that you're officially one of us. I suddenly feel conflicted. How do we decide the playing order? How about a coin toss? We're 5 people in here, you know. Think of how many tosses that would take. Fair enough.
We could just use an app to shuffle our names on the phone to get the playing order from that.
Phones can do that? So cool. Oh yeah, the wonders of modern technology. Don't mock him, Shoichi. I was being mocked? See? No harm done. Ugh, this guy.
Here, just a sec. I'm gonna play the randomizer button now.
Alright. Shouldn't someone explain the rules to me first? No need to worry about that so much. You just throw the ball and score points. The machine will calculate your points automatically, so you don't have to think about it too much. Oh, alright. You're just saying that because you're too lazy to explain the rules to him, aren't you? And that makes him miss out on the hours of fun while he figures things out on his own. And make him miss out on the hours of fun while he figures things out on his own? I couldn't do that to him.
Alright, I've got the playing order. It'll go like this. Mizuguchi-san, Hirata, Kobayashi-kun, Yuichi-san, and me. Wait, why am I dead last?
Now here's a playing order I can get behind.
Rats.
Sai-chan, could you please get us started? Of course! Time to kick this game into high gear! Why does hearing her say that fill me with dread? Let's just hope high gear doesn't mean opening a hole in the ceiling with the ball. Hey, that only happened once! I'm sorry, what? What? What the fuck? What? What the fuck? Wait, something like that actually happened?
Oh yeah, it happened.
Didn't you end up paying for the repairs, Keikun?
I did. The fact that that didn't clue you into my family's status scares me to this day.
Sorry. Time to get started on this bitch.
Mizuguchi-san, please watch your language. We're in public here.
Yeah, whatever. Saya grabs a purple ball from the ball rack, studying for a few seconds. When she seemed satisfied with it, she smiled happily and walked up to our lane. She lined herself up for a second before swinging the ball and releasing it. The thrown ball rolls rapidly through the clear lane and falls into the gutter. What? Wow, you were talking yourself up so much, and you went and threw the first one into the gutter. Oh my god, my sides. Shoichi immediately explodes into laughter, doubling over himself and tapping his knees repeatedly. Keisuke stands right next to him, his entire body quivering as he attempts to suppress his own laughter. The only one not laughing is June, who looks at the entire scene with pity in his eyes. Cut it out! Stop laughing at me! I still have one more ball! Well, with the way you were talking, it sounded like you'd be doing a strike, so it's a little funny. Not you too! Mizuguchi-san, good luck! See? At least June-kun has my back. You'll need it. Oh god! Oh god! Fuck!
I hate you all.
June had absolutely no chill. Saya huffs, grabbing another ball and walking back to the lane with heavy steps. This time, she doesn't meticulously align herself like she did before. She merely swings the ball violently and throws it into the lane. And knocks down 6 pins. Not bad. Over 50% at least. No! I was aiming for a spare.
I'd be glad that you didn't just throw it into the gutter again.
June tugs on my sleeve, trying to get my attention. What's a spare? That's a term for when you knock all the pins in your second throw. If you knock them all down on the first one, it's a strike. If you do it on the second one, it's a spare. How many points is it worth? It depends. If you get a strike, then it'll be worth 10 points plus the amount of pins you knock down in your next 2 throws. So if you get a strike in one frame and then knock down 6 pins on the next, you'll get a total of 22 points. It's a similar case with a spare, except you get 10 points plus the amount of pins knocked down on the very next throw instead of the next 2 throws. Ugh, too many numbers. My head hurts.
If this is all it takes to trip you up, then you're screwed come midterms.
Please don't remind me. If you'll excuse me, it's my turn now.
Try not to break anything.
I'm not Saya. I heard that. Good to know. I guess you can cancel your next visit to the audiologist. Saya stares him down with murderous intent reeking off of her. Why are you looking at me like that? You hungry or something?
Jesus Christ, man, don't anger it.
Okay, I'll behave. Shoichi chooses a ball, still chuckling. He of course goes for the biggest and bulkiest size they have available. Since he is by far the strongest among us, he can easily just go with the heaviest ball without any issues. Being able to use the heaviest ball also means he has that much more momentum on his throws due to the added weight. Like Saya did before him, he aligns himself for a second and swings his arm to throw the ball. Unlike Saya, however, his first throw makes contact with the pins. Damn, only 4. Knock 3 more with the next throw and you'll already have Saya beat. There were 9 more frames to play. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Or your balls before they crash. I'll already be happy just by avoiding the last place. Really? Why's that?
You're tends to get last place more often than not.
Really? I never thought there'd be something that Shoichi-san is bad at. I'm bad at most things, actually. You have no idea how much effort it takes me not to suck. I can confirm, Shoichi sucks at most games. I don't spend much time playing games, so that's no surprise, really. Now, if you don't mind, I have to play my second ball. Shoichi throws the ball once more, this time narrowly avoiding the gutter. Luckily for him, The ball grazes past a single pin that knocks 3 others down when it goes down. Woo! Lucky! 2 more points than me.
We're not off to a bad start here.
Ugh, now's my turn to play. Don't worry about it so much, June. Here, let me show you the different ball sizes. I'll walk you through them from lightest to the heaviest. Do a couple swings with each before going to the next. Why are we doing this?
Ideally, you want to use the heaviest ball you can comfortably swing. The heavier the ball is, the more momentum it carries, so it's best to always stick with the heaviest possible.
It's as he said, you basically go up until you can't swing comfortably anymore. If you feel like a certain size would hurt you and just be difficult to throw, you settle for the one below it. Okay, I didn't think there'd be this much prep work involved. It's fine, you only have to do this once to figure out what size is best for you, and then you can just stick to it. I showed June a few bowling balls so we can familiarize himself with them. I also take the opportunity to give him some pointers on how to properly swing and throw the ball, making sure to correct him when he makes a mistake. It takes us at least 5 minutes before he's figured out how to do it properly, and then a couple more minutes to find the ideal weight for him. Alright, this one's an 11-pound one. This is what we'll be sticking with. Why are they in pounds? The weight markings depend on the manufacturer and country of origin. This venue tends to stick to ones that use pounds for some reason. You can also find places that uses kilos, though. By the way, which balls do you guys use? I use a 15-pound one. Shoichi uses 16 pounds. Sai and Keisuke both use 13. So I'm the weakest of us all? Hey, at least you avoided the child sizes. Anything below 10 is usually for children. So I'm barely stronger than a child? How's that supposed to make me feel better? Well, we're talking about children that already have experience bowling. You're a guy that doesn't exercise. You can't expect to start by playing the heavier ones.
Mizuguchi-san and I are athletes, and we still use size 13s. I don't know why you're complaining.
Yeah. June-kun, if you don't mind, could you take your turn? Oh, right. June hesitantly walks towards the lane with his ball in hand. He tries to line himself up and aim like I taught him. To be honest, I'm totally expecting this first ball to go straight into the gutter since he's never done this before. I just hope he doesn't get too upset if it happens. June takes a swing and... the ball flies into the lane next to us, going right into its gutter. Ah! My ball! I immediately smack Shoichi upside his head. Ow! What's the big idea? Don't laugh at him, it's his first time. You'll just discourage him from playing. Ugh, sorry. It's fine. I really messed up pretty bad, huh? I mean, Yuichi is right. This is your first time. It's normal to be clumsy at it. I guess I'll try again now. I nod at him, trying to give him an encouraging glance and a thumbs up for good measure. From the look on his face, I can already tell it wasn't very effective. At least it's the thought that counts, right? June grabs another ball, walking even more timidly to the lane. He tries to adjust himself differently from next time. At least he's trying to make adjustments based on the last one. Some people tend to just get frustrated and throw the ball at random. And yes, I am totally staring at Saya as I think of this. The tiger takes a swing and... throws a ball cleanly down the middle of the line. It crashed against the pins and knocks them all down in one fell swoop. What? Whoa, did you seriously just do a spare? Seriously? On a second try?
Why do you look so unhappy about that?
I'm not unhappy. I'm thrilled. I smell burning, Shoichi. I think it's your pants. Har har. So if I remember correctly from what Yuichi-san told me, this means I got 10 points, right? Plus the amount of pins you knocked down in your first throw during the next frame, yes. So that means I'm currently winning? At least as far as the first frame is concerned, yeah. Yay! I don't suck!
That had to be beginner's luck, right?
I think so. Either that or the savant has awakened.
Is there even such a thing as a bowling savant?
I hope not. Can you just stop grumbling over there?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm next. Let's see if I can at least get enough points to not fall behind on the first frame. I inspect the balls available to me, settling on a purple one with a galaxy motif. My fingers fit nicely inside and it doesn't feel uncomfortable to hold. I have to admit, the heft of a bowling ball in my hands is something I hadn't felt in a while. I've totally grown unaccustomed to it. Man, I think it's been over a year since we last played. Cross your fingers for me, guys! Yup, here's hoping they both fly right into the gutter. Alright, let me rephrase. Cross your fingers, everyone that isn't Shoichi. Aw, you're no fun. I hold the ball in front of my face, trying to take aim and prepare myself to throw it. Since it's been a while, I'm sure my aim is going to be a little off. I use my first throw to adjust myself so I have a better idea where to aim. For now, I'll just swing the ball, curving myself forward to release it straight towards the floor. Veer slightly to the left as it rolls, threatening to go down the gutter before crashing against a few pins. Hey, 5 on the first throw, not bad. Boo, it's no fun if you don't mess up. Stop cheering against me already, you traitor. How am I a traitor? I don't ever remember taking your side in bowling before. I see how it is. I quickly grab another ball and do my second throw. Since I've knocked down most of the pins on the left side, I'll have to aim for the ones on the right now. I throw the ball again. This time it knocks down 3 more pins. The falling pins graze against the other 2 that aren't directly hit by the ball, causing them to sway aggressively. Ooh! But they end up not falling, leaving me with only the 3 pins I got down initially. Rats! Almost got a spare. Damn, that's just too bad. Quit looking so amused. Amused? Me? I would never. I'm sorry you didn't get those other pins, Yuichi-san. What can you do? I just didn't get lucky.
Well, it's my turn now.
Go, K-kun!
Thanks for cheering.
Please don't knock too many down. I don't want to be the last place on the first frame.
I take my thanks back.
K-kun spends almost a full minute examining the balls before deciding on which one he wanted. He is by far one of the pickiest people I know when it comes to picking a ball. He checks every minute detail. It tends to get really annoying when he repeats this for many frames in a row. Once he's found one he's satisfied with, he doesn't dally before taking his first shot. The ball knocks down 4 pins on its first go.
Not too bad.
3 more and you'll get more points than Saya. 5 more and you get more than Shoichi and Yuichi.
I knocked pins down in the middle. There's no way my ball can hit both sides at the same time.
Boo, just knock them all down already.
I thought you didn't want me to get many points.
She has no idea what she wants. Zip it, wolf boy. I'm a husky, thank you very much. K-kun spends another long time picking his next ball. This time it takes even longer than before, almost 2 full minutes before he finds a perfect match. This time he manages to knock down 3 pins, just enough to overtake Saya. Damn it!
I should have gotten one more.
Well, you're in the bottom 2 for now.
We're still in the first frame. There's still a lot of game to be played before you can start gloating.
But I'm not even gloating. June is ahead of Shoichi and me, remember? I don't expect that I'll be for long, though. Truth be told, I don't either, but that would be a dickish thing to say out loud. After a little over an hour of gaming, we finish the last frame and the scores get tallied up. Yes! I win! Fucking finally! I haven't won in so long. I'm second place? Are you kidding? No way!
A single point ahead of me, too. Damn it, I was so close.
Not too bad. At least I wasn't dead last again. I can't believe you beat me by a single point! Yup, and don't you forget it. The final scores were very close together, all things considered. I was in first place with 89 points. June was in second place with 84. Keisuke was third with 83. Shoichi was fourth with 74, and Saya was last with 73. Really felt like a game where even just a few points would make a huge difference. And I won't lie, it feels good to win. Usually either Saya or Keisuke ended up taking first place, so I'm definitely surprised to have won this time. You're really off your game today, Saya-chan. Did something happen? Not that I know of. It just sucked today. Geez, if you sucked and I barely managed to beat your score, then what does that say about me? That you suck. But that shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, none of us did crazy good in the first place, and our scores were actually pretty low this time. No one broke 100. Well, we haven't played in a long time for one.
That's not an excuse, though. Kobayashi-kun never played before, and he beat most of our scores.
I'm pretty sure that was just beginner's luck. Still, you did pretty well for your first time. You definitely deserve some congratulations on that, Jun-kun. Thank you! I didn't expect something like this to happen. But you did do really well for your first time. Not only that, you even got a full 10-point lead over Shoichi and Saya. That's pretty good. I guess the bowling idea was pretty successful after all, huh?
I won't lie, I enjoyed myself. I missed bowling.
Why did you guys go so long without playing?
We all got busy with our competitions last year and just didn't play again once we were a little more free.
I guess it just never crossed our minds. I still can't believe I did that badly. I still can't believe I beat you. Stop gloating already! Never. I will never forget this moment. You didn't even win! But I got a higher score than you. That's all that matters. Ugh. You think we can head to the restaurant already? It's almost 6 p.m. so we could. It'll be a pretty early dinner though. It doesn't matter. Odin is something you want to rush through eating anyway. Isn't something you want to rush through eating anyway. It's better to take our time. Yeah, we'll probably be there for over an hour easily.
There's also the time it takes to get there. How far is it?
We'll have to take the train. It'll be at least 20 minutes to get there. So it'll already be 6 by the time we arrive. Yeah, I think we should really get going. Yuichi-san, are you sure it's okay for you to be treating me? Of course it is. It's my pleasure, June. I'd rather pay and have you with us. It's just not the same without you. I don't know what to say. When did the two of you get so chummy with each other? What do you mean? We're just as friendly with each other as we've always been. Really? Because it definitely feels like you guys got really closer lately. Whatever do you mean? It's the same as always. Isn't that right, June? Yeah. What's with that look on your face? Is something wrong? No, not at all. June is the goat.
No, he's not. He's a tiger.
Yes, that is Sam.
Hi, guys. I can't read.
Don't forget to return the shoes.
Oh, yeah, I almost walked out with their shoes. Then you wouldn't be able to go to school tomorrow without proper shoes. We finally arrived at the restaurant Shoichi suggested. Having underestimated the afternoon rush, it took us nearly an hour to arrive, and we had to go through several crowds of people at the train station. Not to mention being squished inside the train itself like a bunch of sardines in a can. June in particular did not take that well to that part. My arm is still numb from how hard he was clutching it. Ugh, I swear transit gets a little worse every year. Well, Saitama's been growing a lot lately.
I really miss living in a smaller city.
I'm just glad we've arrived. I don't think I could keep breathing inside that station. Man, this place is chock full of people. Are there even any open seats? I'll ask the waiter. Hang on a sec. Shoichi approaches a nearby waiter as he finishes serving a desk, talking to him with words we can't hear or in gesturing to our group. He and the waiter talk for a little bit before the guy nods. Shoichi looks towards us and flashes us a thumbs up before making a gesture with his head that tells us to follow him. Turns out there were still a few open tables a little further back of the restaurant. The location of them isn't very visible from the entrance, but I can't complain considering it's almost 7 p.m. by the time we got here. There! Problem solved in a jiffy.
Why was there even a problem? We're still in spring. Why are so many people in here?
This place doesn't just serve Odin, you know. Otherwise, they'd be going out of business during 3/4 of the year.
Yeah, I guess so.
Today's pretty chilly too, so I'm sure there are other people like us who came by to get something warm. Oh yeah, that's for sure. How much does it cost to eat in this place anyway? Looks kind of fancy on the inside. Like I said earlier, it's not the cheapest, but it's not expensive either. It's just the decor that's really good. The cheapest Odin meal on the menu is about 2,000 yen though. Ouch, that's kind of pricey. I think I'll stick to the cheapest option. Don't be ridiculous. Order whatever you want. I want you to enjoy yourself. But it's so expensive. Come on, June. I actually want to treat you. Don't cheap out on me here. I want you to eat whatever you want to eat. Okay. You don't have to be so reserved around us, June-kun. Agreed. You're already with us every day of the week. You don't have to keep acting like a stranger. It's not that. I'm just not too good at accepting things from other people. I feel like I haven't done anything to deserve it. You spent time with me. You make me laugh, and I enjoy being with you. Pretty sure that's reason enough for me to want you around. Yuichi-san! Get a room, you two. What? Could you not say weird stuff like that? Then don't say sappy stuff like that in public.
Use your words.
Shut the hell up. Yeah.
Have any of you decided on what you're going to order?
We haven't even checked the menu yet. Wait, were you reading the menu while we talked? You didn't listen to a single thing we said, did you?
I tuned out around the time Rata started mocking you two.
I wasn't mocking them. Not exactly. I think I'll just go for something lighter. Chicken stock and vegetables sounds pretty good. I want something a little more fulfilling myself. Lots of meat in mine.
You should be telling that to the waiter, not to us.
The waiter isn't even here yet.
Well, call him over.
Do you have to speak in that kind of tone all the time?
What tone? I'm talking like I always do.
Exactly.
What? Then what's the problem?
Damn, it's been a while since they last bickered like that, so I don't think I didn't think I'd have to deal with it again today. From the corner of my eye, I already see June tensing up on the chair next to mine. It seems he's considering whether he should weigh in and say something. Just as I prepare myself to speak my mind, Sai-chan clears her throat. What was it you said again? Get a room, you two? What? Ha! Ha! Ha!
Saya-chan, don't say weird things like that either.
I call that instant karma. Don't be looking so pleased over that. There's no way I'm pleased over something like this. It's a good thing you're cute because you're a terrible liar. Still smiling and looking oh so pleased with himself, June beckons over the waiter. He takes our orders very quickly and politely. I'm kind of surprised. The service here is pretty good. What are you saying? That the service where I work is bad? You want to pick a fight? Where do you even get these outlandish ideas from?
Mizuguchi-san rolled for perception. It was a 1.
What?
No, nothing.
Probably some kind of game stuff. Maybe Junkun can tell us what it is. Sorry, I have no idea. I guess this means Urushihara's into some pretty obscure stuff then. Huh.
That sounded so wrong.
And yet oh so right.
Why do I bother with you?
Because you love me.
Did you hit your head somewhere?
Sheesh, you don't have to shoot me down so coldly. Get a Don't you dare. I'm pretty sure that one joke really turned against you big time, huh? It's fine. I'm already used to having my big mouth used against me. Dumbass. What did you just say, punk?
Who? Me? I have no clue.
That's so. Petty squabbles aside, I'm actually kind of curious. How are the festival preparations going for you guys?
Pretty terrible. My class decided on a theme a while ago, but they can't agree on the division of work.
Ours has been pretty much smooth sailing, but I guess the theme is a little more boring than I would like. What did your classes pick? Mine went for an international cafe. Each booth is supposed to serve food and drinks from different countries. That sounds like a logistics nightmare. Exactly. Her dry, unamused tone of voice was already enough to tell me how she felt about the whole thing. My class picked a library theme. We're basically going to host a library. Woo. Fun, fun, fun. Don't you sass me.
My class wanted to do a haunted house of all things.
A haunted house? Why?
Beats me. It's what they voted for.
Man, that's going to be a bitch to organize.
Tell me about it. I had to listen to a 20-minute conversation on whether patrons should be chased around by Nettie Luger or Mason.
Our class is going to serve Sichuan cuisine. That's pretty much it. The girls are going to be wearing Chinese dresses, too.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
You just say that because you want to ogle the girls.
I won't say no to that.
No shame. I wonder if we'll get any costumes in my class. You can just show up in your regular clothes and be the bouncer. That's a great idea. I'll make sure to throw you out the window first. Guess I'm going for a trip. Our classes are on the 3rd floor. You'd be going on a trip to the hospital. I've gone on that trip recently. That's not fun.
Oh yeah, how's your head doing, Kobayashi-kun?
Oh man, I totally forgot to ask that too. It's okay. It still stings when I touch it, so changing clothes is a bit troublesome, but otherwise it's fine.
Does that mean you now have the okay to get back to practice?
Sorta. Although I decided to take a break for today. I don't need the stress while dealing with this. That's probably a good idea. I get why June wouldn't be all too happy, but why are you looking like you just swallowed a piece of lime? Huh? I am? I guess Shoichi-san is just feeling empathetic for me. Doesn't sound like the Shoichi I know. Does that mean there's another Shoichi running around that I don't know about? Because I'm the most empathetic one in this group. Saya smirks, showing Shoichi her tongue in a playful gesture. Other than that, I'm pretty much good to go. The doctor said there wasn't going to be any lasting damage, not even a scar. I was really lucky with that one. You gave me a huge scare, though. Sorry, it wasn't my intention. Thank you for calling the ambulance for me. Of course, although if it had been for Shoichi that found you, he could have just carried you to the hospital on foot. Don't be ridiculous. There's no way I'd be able to carry anyone that far. I guess a horseback ride would be pretty nice. What the hell kind of idea did you just have in your mind? I'm only just joking. Really? Because I can't tell. Seeing everyone just playing around and having fun like this brings a smile to my face. But more importantly, seeing June sitting with us after what's happened brings me an overwhelming amount of joy. Just remembering the whole thing is already haunting. I never wish to go through something like that again. June and I walk home together after separating from the others. Despite how boisterous he was during most of the day, the train ride back to our station saw him staying mostly silent. Not that I blame him. He's not fond of tight spaces filled with people. Now that we're walking back home on the more or less deserted streets, he begins to perk up once again. June walks, almost skipping, a few steps ahead of me, happily humming a melody. He's so full of energy and life, even after a full day. I can't help but think back to when we first met and how I used to be annoyed by this. And now, seeing him like this is so precious to me. I don't know if it's because of his sudden hospitalization a few days ago, but I've been feeling a lot more emotional lately. Thinking these kinds of thoughts isn't like me at all. Yuichi-san, are you okay? Huh? What? Oh yeah, I'm okay. Wait, why are you even asking me that? You were making this really complicated face. Looked like you were in pain a bit. I did? Yeah, I was worried that something was going on, but if you're okay, then I guess that's fine. Yuichi-san? Taken completely by impulse, I wrap my arms around him. Eh? Jun makes a small confused sound when I do so, but he hugs back almost promptly. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. Sorry to do this all of a sudden. I'm kind of surprised you barely even reacted to it, though. Usually you'd be super confused. I'm pretty okay if you're the one doing it. I'll take that as a compliment. Why this out of the blue, though? Even though he asks me that, his grip around me doesn't loosen at all. I'm thankful there aren't people walking around at this time of night, as this would be a pretty embarrassing thing to be caught doing in public. I was just thinking of some bittersweet things. I guess I needed some reassurance. Sorry. It's alright. Yuichi-san, you've helped me a lot since I first met you. But I don't want things to just be one-sided. I want to be able to support you when you need it too. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Well, I am the older one here, so it's only natural that I should support my juniors. Now you're just messing with me. Yes, I'm messing with you. Punish me if you see it fit. Don't be ridiculous. Thank you for spending the day with me. I had a lot of fun. I did too, so it's fine. I should be thanking you too. In that case, you're welcome. You cheeky little thing. I'm not little. You're the one that's tall. Yeah, whatever you say. Now you're just brushing me off. That I am. By the way, you might not have noticed it because you were spacing out while we walked, but my house is right around that corner. Jun gestures in that general direction with his head, and only then do I notice the shape of his house right nearby. That it is. So I guess this is bye-bye for today. Yeah, see you tomorrow, Jun. Yes! I watched Jun disappear right around the curve, still humming the same melody as before. For some reason, watching him leave makes my heart ache for a bit. I stand around that corner for a couple of minutes before my body begins moving again, and I head back home. We're gonna leave off here tonight. I think we're just going to do like a 1 day per stream. I think that's just how it's going to work. Anyways, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.